Hi, welcome to It's Tea Time with Tirza. Today we have an awesome show for you today. We have a special guest that's really close and dear to my heart. And so stay tuned, and we're going to be having a great conversation about transportation. I worked in transportation. I worked for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. I worked for CATS, which is the Charlotte Area Transportation Systems. I worked for the airport, Charlotte Douglas International Airport. And I had the great privilege of meeting one of the most amazing people I've ever known in my life, Mr. Willie Roy Andrews. Yes, he's here today to talk to you all, along with myself, about the experiences of being in transportation. So if you all would stay tuned, we'll be right back right after this. It's tea time, time to wash away your sorrow. It's tea time, gonna chase all your blues away. It's tea time, time to air out all your laundry. It's tea time, gonna help you make it through the day. It's tea time. What you say, girl? Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Tea Time with Tirza. My name is Tirza Andrews. So welcome back. We have a wonderful guest today. My special guest is here to talk to us about the challenges of being in the transportation business. Our special guest is Mr. Willie Roy Andrews. Say hello to everyone, Mr. Andrews, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Mrs. Andrews, for having me on your show. It's a pleasure to
Thank
be here.
you.
Uh, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, aka the Queen City in North Carolina. Born and raised. I actually moved right outside of Charlotte when I got married. About, I guess this will be 8 years ago,
Yes.
and I've been in the transportation industry for now going on over 30 years, 30 plus years.
Wow. So where did you get started in the transportation business? Have you always drove trucks? How did you get started?
Well, I was always fascinated by my school bus driver. I used to ride the school bus to school, and I used to like to sit in the front seat and watch the driver drive the bus, and it always fascinated me. Back then, the buses were manual, so to shift gears and change clutch, it just fascinated me. And my father was a truck driver, so it always, I guess I caught an enthusiasm for it, and I said wouldn't mind trying to do that one day. So I got my bus driver's license shortly after high school,
Hmm.
and shortly after that, I got my CDL and started driving trucks.
Fascinating. That's great. So you got it from your father, and you fell in love with it because of your dad. Your dad was a truck driver, and so that started the fascination with driving for CMS. So how did you get into truck driving? So you went from driving for CMS, and then one day you just said, "I want to drive trucks because my dad drive trucks." How was that? How
Well,
did
I
it happen?
really enjoyed driving school bus. I love kids. I love interacting with different people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking one day I was watching someone drive a tractor trailer, and I was like, "Wow, that seems like something I might want to check out." So I enrolled in truck driving school. I worked
Mm-hmm.
during the week, and I went to truck driving school on the weekends. And
Oh,
within a matter of months, I graduated, and here we are today. I
oh,
fell in
very
love with
good.
it. I
That's
really love what I do.
awesome. Okay. Well, what do you love most about what you do then?
I've always loved to travel, and truck driving has allowed me the opportunity to travel the country. It's
Mm-hmm.
about maybe two or three states I haven't seen before that I haven't driven in, and that was really eye-opening. Things and pictures you see in
Mm-hmm.
books and on TV, I've actually been able to travel there and say I've been there. And the people that you meet is just it takes it to another level. You have so many different relationships and meet different types of people, see different
Mhm.
types of cultures and the way people live in different parts of the country.
Oh, wow. As a former CDL driver myself, um, some of the challenges I had was, dealing with the people. Dealing with the people within the organization. Do you find it hard to deal with the people that you work with? The challenges of, do you have any challenges with the places you deliver to? You deliver freight, am I correct?
Yes, that's correct. We come in contact with all different kinds of cultures and backgrounds and all different kind of races, ethnicities, or however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So us being professionals, we have to be able to stay positive and have good customer service etiquette, if that's the way you want to say it, and
Mm-hmm.
make the best of the situation and not retaliate with a negative to a negative. We try to
Oh,
keep it
right.
positive.
Very good. That's difficult to do in this day and time, with everybody having different belief systems and, some people might think I'm gonna get you before you get me kind of attitude or, you
Yeah.
know, um, that that's just the way that life is. However, so you started out as a young man and you say you've been in the transportation business for over almost 30 years. So what are some of the challenges that you have as a professional CDL driver or truck driver?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is maneuvering through just everyday traffic in the city of
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte and the surrounding cities. It seems like everybody's in such a hurry these days to get where they're going. Just it's a challenge to keep your focus on what you're doing. We have to use what's called defensive driving. Is
Mm-hmm.
driving for other people. We have to anticipate what other drivers may or may not do just to avoid having accidents. So that's one of the biggest challenges.
Right, because people just run you off the road. I've had people step out in front of my bus when I was driving for the Charlotte area transportation. And even though I love, what I was doing, I'm so glad I don't have to do it anymore. I got a great husband that takes such great care of me where I don't have to work. However, just driving, period, you have to watch out for everybody. So, wow. What are some of the things that you love about the Smith system? What are the things that you carry with you, even in your vehicle? What are some of those things that you take away from the Smith system that you use in your life every day?
Um, there are different keys to the system, but all of it boils down to keeping your eyes moving, knowing what's around your vehicle at all times. You have the sides of your vehicle, the front and the back, the top and the bottom. You have to keep your eyes moving. There's people walking down the sidewalk on their phones, not paying attention. There's
Yes.
people driving on their phones, not paying attention. So you have to
Mhm.
be aware of the space around you and accidents up ahead of you, or even emergency vehicles coming up behind you. Get out of
Yes.
their way. You have to be aware and just leave enough space around you in case of an emergency. You'll have adequate room to do what you need to do to avoid
Yes.
having an
That's a aim high and steering, right?
accident. Right.
Yes.
I know you're
Yes.
familiar with defensive driving.
Yes, my goodness. Well, you've covered your challenges. Is this something that you would refer to? Would you refer somebody to the company that you work for? Are you the type of person that you refer or would you suggest somebody else to something that you would suggest somebody do? Is it a great field
Well,
to be in?
I would suggest, first of all, I would suggest not to do it for the money. I know a
Okay.
lot
Oh,
of
that's
people say,
okay. Don't do
truck
it for the
drivers
money. Right.
make
Okay.
all this money. The pay is good depending on
Mhm.
which company you're with. I
Uh-huh.
was blessed to get connected with a company that really takes care of their employees and value their employees. Uh,
Mhm.
but it's really hard work. Some people say, "Oh, all you do is drive all day. You don't really do
Yeah.
any work." But it's a
Oh,
lot
that's
of sometimes a lot of physical work. It's mental work. It's
mm-hmm.
I'm tired when I come home. You know
Yes.
that. I wouldn't do it for the money. You have to really love driving. You have to love meeting new people and seeing different challenges and figuring out how to maneuver through the day by day activity. You have to have a work ethic mindset to really be safe and really love what you do.
Would you say that within the company that you work with, that you still have to produce with excellent customer service amongst your employees and employer? Do you
Oh,
have
most
a
definitely.
responsibility of,
It's customer
yeah,
service is not just with external customers, it's with internal managers, supervisors, co-workers. I've always went by the phrase of treat others how you want to be treated. And that I believe that
yeah,
ties in with customer service. So you
absolutely.
can't talk to people any kind of way, and
Mm-hmm.
just want to keep a good culture inside the workplace. And you don't want to hate going to work every day because you have to deal with certain things. You want to keep a positive culture at work.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have more when we come back talking to Mr. Willie Roy Andrews about transportation. So don't go anywhere. Just sit back, get you another glass of tea. We'll be right back right after this.
Need a speaker for your next event? Call the Hope Coach Tawana Williams, born without arms, but decided not to make excuses. Visit tawanawilliams.com or call 252-291-6081. Remember, excuses or results. You can't have both.
All right, welcome back to It's Tea Time with Tirzah. My name is Tirzah Andrews, and our special guest today is Mr. Willie Andrews. Thank you so much again for being here. We're talking about transportation, the challenges of being in the transportation business. When I was working for Charlotte Area Transportation, going through my class to see if I can pass to be a professional CDL driver, I got the challenge to write a book about becoming a model student and professional CDL driver. So this book is under the name of Tirzah. I had it upside down. Tirzah Steele Simmons, and you can get it on Amazon if you like. Those of you that are very interested in becoming a CDL driver, you have to make sure that you have the right mindset. In today's time, I was working for Charlotte area transportation, and people have been killed in the transportation business. You don't know what you're driving into or going into. You might be going into an area where there's a shoot off or something, but you really have to be passionate about what you do. And I speak covering over everybody that actually has this type of job, because it's a very serious career move. We're going to go into, again, welcome back. We're going into the keys out of this book. Is certain keys. I just made some phrases, and I just want to see what Mr. Andrews have to say about those phrases, what they mean to him in the transportation field. Are you ready, Mr. Andrews?
Let's do it.
Okay, well, here we go. The first key is one team, one band. And even though we're talking about transportation, there was the reason why I said this key is because I thought about one band, one sound from a movie that Nick, what is his name?
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon, yes, yes, yes. Nick Cannon. Many years ago, that was one of my favorite movies, and the theme was for the band was one band, one sound. And so when I was in transportation and they gave me the challenge, I thought about the thought one team, one band, right? As a one brand, not band. I'm sorry, y'all. One team, one brand. So, what does that mean to you, Mr. Andrews, when you hear one team, one brand?
I believe the brand is whatever the name of your company is. That's the
Mm-hmm.
brand. And
Mm-hmm.
one team means it's many different members of the band. It's many different moving parts to my company, our company. And we all have one common goal of providing excellent customer service to our customers. Obviously, we're in the transportation business. We deliver freight from point A to point B,
Mm-hmm.
and all departments work together to supply the needs of our customers in a timely, efficiently manner.
Mm-hmm.
So one band, one sound, even though we all have different
One
functions,
brand.
responsibilities,
Mm-hmm.
we're working for one common goal.
Very good. So one team, one brand means that you're working for one common goal. Very good. So key number two, old days are passed away. Today is new. Old days are passed away. Today is new. What does that mean to you in the transportation business?
The way the laws have changed as far as trucking and federal laws and the Department of Transportation laws, things are obviously different now than the way they were when I started.
Uh-huh.
As far as different regulations, as far as the number of hours you can drive, they keep track of how long you have to sleep. When they pretty much tell you when you have to take a break, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to be able to adapt to change. You simply can't do the same things you did in the past simply because this is a new day. A new day presents new challenges, new opportunities, and we have to, as professionals, be able to adapt to those changes and just keep up with the new regulations and the safety guidelines to keep us driving.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So when I thought about, this is a new day, I was going from working for Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools to be, I mean, even though I consider myself to be a professional driver then, um, they don't recognize school bus drivers as professional. They just, it's just drivers. And that's one thing about a driver is that people degrade, your professionalism in such a way like you ain't nobody. You just a worker.
Right.
But it takes a lot of thought to be able to handle what you handle every day, from driving the big rigs, 53 footers, you know what I'm saying, to dealing with people from different nationalities, and the breakdown in communications and all types of things. So I think people that are in transportation are amazing people. You are our heroes. Buildings wouldn't be made built up, build buildings wouldn't go up without your help. What you look around, some of these homes being built, you might be taking stuff to a construction site. You might be taking carpet to an event downtown, stage stuff, anything. It could be anything. Your freight could be anything, and you help make this world function. So I want to say hats off to you. Many blessings to you for what you do. Okay. The next key I want to talk about is, and I'm looking into my book, is be here now. What does that mean to you, Mr. Andrews, as far as transportation is concerned?
Here now means to me, it makes me think of when one of my former jobs in some training we had, we they had a training where we had to, I believe it was called compartmentalize, where you take
Mm-hmm.
whatever you have going on at home
Mm-hmm.
or in your personal life and put it in the box while you're at
Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Not disregarding it, but just put it in a box. Because if you're driving down the road and you're thinking about your kids, your spouse, or whatever you got going on at home, whatever it is in your personal life, you're not going to be
Mm-hmm.
focused on the here and now, which is driving 80,000 pounds of metal
Wow.
down. in interstate, it's 60, 70 miles an hour. So it only
Mm.
takes a fraction of a second to make a mistake, and you could change people's lives for the
Yes, sir.
worse
Mm-hmm.
in a matter of seconds.
So put everything in a box. Leave it there until after you get off work. Okay. That could be
Right,
hard. It could be challenging, but it can be done. You prove that every single day when you go out to work, right?
right,
So
and stay
key
off
number,
your phones while you're driving.
yeah.
I see a lot of drivers on their phone riding down the road on their phone, whatever, whether it's looking for directions or on social media or talking to someone. That's taking their eyes and focus off the now, what's happening now. So that's how a lot of
Mhm.
accidents happen.
Yeah, wow. Well, you're right. And I know it can be challenging. Somebody texts you, you want to see who it is, you want to answer them back, you know. But you got to be in the moment, right?
That's right.
That's right. So the next key that I put in here is just do it like it is. So how does that relate to you in transportation?
Well, I talk a lot about my company because it's a family owned company that's been
Mm-hmm.
around for, I'm not sure the exact number of years, 70, 80 years plus,
Uh-huh.
give or
Mm-hmm.
take.
Mm-hmm.
And for a company to be around that long, they must be doing something right. So
Yes.
the way they train us, they have a certain guidelines that we have to follow to
Mm-hmm.
to keep in line with their morals and values.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that alignment, you can the company can function like a well-oiled machine. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
try to reinvent the wheel. You don't try to take shortcuts. And, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it my way. You know,
Right.
you have to learn to adapt to the way the system uh, the system works, and
Mm-hmm.
you just learn to work hard. I mean, you learn to work smart instead of hard, uh,
Right.
to so you can minimize, the wear and tear on your body. It just all lines up in the middle of the day. If you keep it simple and stay safe, you can be in transportation for many years.
Wow. And you've been in transportation how many years?
I'll say 30 plus.
Okay. Yes. Well, the next key, negativity, it breeds attitudes of nothingness. Let me try that again. Key number 6, negativity breeds attitudes of nothingness. How would that apply to transportation? Attitudes, negative attitudes.
I've always believed in keeping a positive attitude no matter
Mhm.
what. I believe I have control over how my day goes. I don't believe there's a such thing as having a bad day at work. I believe your
Right.
day is what you make it.
Very
And
good.
I believe that I've had a lot of people ask me, coworkers, customers, why every time I see you, you're always smiling? Why are you always such in a good mood?
Oh, happy.
I never seen you cuss anybody out or well, this and that and the third. But I believe in keeping it positive. You believe it or not, you have a way of turning the negative into a positive. You can't stay in darkness when there's light around.
That's
If
right.
you go into a dark room and turn on the light, the light is going to overtake the darkness every time.
Right. Mhm.
So I just keep a positive attitude. If it's something I can do to change a certain situation, I'll do it. If it's nothing I can do, if I have no control over the situation, then I figure out how to maneuver around it and get through it. And that's how I
Very
operate.
good. That's awesome. Key number 7 is something that we live by, and you
Mhm.
touched on it just a little bit, to live daily in peace with all people. How do
Mhm.
you go about living in peace daily with all people? And that's what that
it's,
positive
it's,
attitude you just stated about,
it's
turning the negative into a
obviously easier
positive.
said than done. It's obviously easier said than done.
Yes, it
I
is.
have a game I play with my customers,
Mm-hmm.
to where you meet all different kinds of like you said, attitudes. People
Mm-hmm.
that just not happy to be at work for whatever reason. Maybe they
Mm-hmm.
hate their job. Maybe they just had an argument with the spouse or girlfriend. The kids not acting right. Whatever. So they bring that to work, and then here I come through the door smiling, and they wondering, what's he so happy about.
Uh-huh. I've had that
Sometimes
same
they
experience.
speak to you. Sometimes they don't speak to you. But I grew up and I was taught that when you walk into a room, you need to address who's in the room. You need to speak. It's
That's
just,
right.
I mean, we're from the South, the country, or whatever. That
Yes. We don't meet strangers.
we never met a stranger. So if you go up north, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yes.
But I have
Yes.
a game that I play. Uh, if I come across someone like that with a negative attitude, a negative
Mm-hmm.
vibration, before I leave, I don't know what I plan to do, but my goal is to get them to either smile or laugh or chuckle
Yeah.
about whatever it is. And
Mm-hmm.
if I can do that, then I feel like my job was done with that person. I just changed the atmosphere for that person. You
Very
never know
good.
what people that you meet are going through. So it might be
Mm.
something simple, it might be something serious, but you just do what you feel led to do. And that's just a little game I play.
Well, I tell you, that's a wonderful thing, Mr. Andrews. I never have a dull moment with you. You always making me smile, always making me laugh. And if there's an attitude anywhere, it's my attitude. It ain't you. It could be something else, but you have always shared your beautiful smile, positive attitude. You know, what was it? Something you
Life
used to
is too
say
short to be unhappy, man. Life is too short.
to
I
be
mean,
unhappy. You're
why
correct.
do you? Yeah, I believe you create your own happiness.
That's
That's
correct.
what we believe.
Yes. You treat everybody like you want to be treated. Be good, better than your own personal best. You know, be the light instead of darkness. You know what I'm saying? Walk in light and walk in the light. Be at peace with all people because you never know who you entertaining. Very good. Listen, we're gonna have more when we come back. We'll see you in just a moment.
Need a speaker for your next event? Call the Hope Coach Tawana Williams, born without arms, but decided not to make excuses. Visit TawanaWilliams.com or call 252-291-6081. Remember, excuses or results. You can't have both.
Okay, we're back. Thank you so much again for joining us here at It's Tea Time with Tirza. Our special guest is Mr. Sweet Willie Andrews. Thank you so much for coming today. It has been a wonderful, wonderful experience to share being a professional CDL driver, the challenges of being in transportation. Hi, Mr. Andrews.
All right, thank you for having me. It was my
You're
pleasure.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Bye. Thank you all so much for joining me here at Tea Time with Tirza. It's been an amazing opportunity to speak with Mr. Willie Roy Andrews. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Remember, you are the key to someone else's blessing. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Peace.
It's tea time. Gonna help you make it through the day. It's tea time. What you say, girl?